All right, continuing on in our Purple Indiana Success uh, math book. If you would be so kind, please, is to turn to page 13. And on page 13, we see that our topic is going to be read and write numbers through 10,000. Our goal, or I can statement, I can read and write whole numbers up to 10,000 in standard form, expanded form, word form. All right, so actually we have three parts to this goal. So let's kind of work through this together. Um, ABC blocks receives an order. The base 10 blocks show the number of blocks ordered. Um, let's take a look here real quick. Let's go ahead and get a number for this. We have 1,000. And it looks like 300. And then 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1,329. Each worker on a team checks the order by expressing the number in a different way. What way does each worker use? Well, we have three right here. Okay. We have word form as a way to write a number using words. Expanded form is a way to write a number by showing the value of each digit. And standard form is a way to write a number using the digits 0 through 9, with each digit having a place value. So let's take a look here at Sam. Sam gets the order and reads the number to Mary. And he starts off by saying 1,329. That is an example of using word form. Mary uses the value of each digit to record the number of blocks that will be in each type of package. And she writes 1,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 9. And that is an example of expanded form. Kyle, what does Kyle do? Well, when the order is complete, Kyle writes the total number of blocks on the packing slip, and he writes this number right here, 1,329. And that right here is an example of standard form. Pretty much the form that you've been used to using all through your math career. So if we look down here then, Sam says the number's using what form? Well, that is going to be word form. Mary uses expanded form, and Kyle uses standard form. All right. So good stuff there. Let's go ahead and move to the next page. And at the top of page 14, we see another chart. We're going to work through this, hopefully helping you to understand this. All right. So standard form, 5,202 2. And I want to make sure that we understand something kind of right off the bat, and that is that the word and. We do not, we don't want to use this word just whenever we feel like it, all right? Because actually, the word and signifies that we are using a decimal. And since we're not really using a decimal yet, you will as your math knowledge increases. But we want to make sure that we are not using the word and just whenever we want to. Okay, so some people might read this number and say 5,200, or I'm sorry, 5,702. No, we got to get rid of just using the word and. So this number, 5,702. And right now we're going to we have this expanded form. And I actually want to show you something that might help some of you in your packet of items that was sent home was a page that looked like this. And I want to give you a small hint here on how to do the expanded form. So if I look at the number 5,702, what I'm going to do, draw a line under here, and I'm looking at this 5, so that is my 5 right there, and I'm adding zeros everywhere else. There's 5,000. Now I'm going to look at this next one, the 7, and drop that right there. And everything after it is a 0. 700. Now this one's kind of a tricky one. There's a 0 right here, so I'm going to put a 0 right here and 0. Later on we'll find out, you can use this, you cannot. It's up to you if you need it just for a placeholder. But for right now, it keeps us from messing up, is what it does. And then here is the 2 right here. So if you look at the 5,702, it is the same going diagonal this way. And that helps us to make sure that we have all the proper digits in all the proper places. So we would write this 5,000 plus 70 plus, and that's for this right here. Some of you might want to put the 0, 0 in right now just to help you to get this straight. Later on, you're not going to need to. All right, and then plus 2. So this right here is expanded form. All right, and we'll come back to the smartboard. And we would write that 5,000 plus 700 plus 2. All right. We don't have a number there in the tens place, so we can just write it like that. But as I said, some of you, at least to kind of start off with, if you need to write that 0 placeholder there in the tens or wherever, that would be fine. And then using words, well, I have another little surprise here for you in that packet. If you look in there, there's also a sheet that we will use for writing some number form practice later, but it has all the numbers here, 1 through 20, spelled out. All right. Then we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, up to 100, then thousands, millions, billions, trillions. Now, will we get to the millions, billions, and trillions? Probably not this year. Some of you might. That's more so for 4th and 5th grade. But use these numbers here use these words here representing numbers to help you spell things correctly. Because, as I've said before, and I'm not afraid to admit, spelling is difficult for me sometimes. So right here, 5,702. Okay. Let's look here at this next one here. I've got 2,491. All right, so if I think about this right here, one way to, another way to look at this, and I would say this is almost written out like a number. Okay, right here we had 5,702. So we had 5, 702. 5,000, 702. So what I would do in a situation like this is to know I've got certain place values that I'm trying to get. So here is a place value, comma. That would be my hundreds. That would be my tens. And that's in the ones. So what does that look like? Well, 2,000. All right. 400. 91. All right. So another way that might help you out, looking at it like from that point of view right there. Now that we've got the number in standard form, then we can switch over and use this if we need to and say we've got 2,491. Here's our 2,000, the 400, drop the 9, drop the 1. So that our number here, 2,491, is the same here, 2,491. So, using that right there, we know we've got, let's come back up to here. We had 2,000 plus 400 plus 90 plus 1. All right, there we are. Expanded form. Let's move on to the next one here. 3,000 plus 600 plus 80 plus 7. Well, there's also a way that we can use this number right here to make sure that we put it in standard form correctly. So what we had was 3,000 600 80 7. And it's almost like just an addition problem, really. Okay, if we were to add up all of these 7 plus all of these zeros, that's going to give us 7. 8 plus all those zeros is 8, 6, and then 3. So we've turned this expanded form into an addition problem. 3,687. So that's the number we're going to put right there. 3,687. And if you say that out loud, you can hear yourself saying 3,687. All right, so we'll divide this video up into 2 parts. This will be part 1. What I'd like for you to do is to do the show and share portion on your own, and then jump over to the next video and we'll see how you did on that. Okay, good luck, and we'll see you here in a bit.